Yeah, I hit you up because I was on social media and a couple of my little bloggy platforms and ran across this story on social media about, okay, yeah, Future. I'm so tired of talking about him, but this little he keep popping up, and I feel like he keeps saying stuff to get clout off of these women. But of course, he's bringing up Ciara again, and now he is bringing up Beyonce, saying that if that basically the only reason he would hop on Bay if it wasn't for Jay Z being his friend. So you're married. I'm like, is it cool to say this kind of stuff about married women? I mean, especially telling like how many people did you say follows him or gets how many listeners a month on what Spotify?
Yeah, almost 40 million every month.
So you're telling 40 million people, right, that you basically crushing on your homeboy wife. How awkward is that going to be going forward? What say you, man?
Um, I I don't like it at all. When you start talking about well, okay, so let me establish this first. Okay, so we're not talking about a girlfriend or baby mama. We talking about his wife. So the first thing that popped in my head is that it's different. Because all the guys on the show are married, and we all have other married friends and stuff. So there's been times where they might post a picture and be like, "Hey man, your wife looks nice. That was a nice dress that you bought for. That's something respectful that you say, or
Yes.
that was a nice photo op or whatever."
Mm-mm.
But I can't be like, can you imagine me telling like Cujo like, "Hey man, wife's look pretty good, man. I don't know if we was friends." I mean, that's just like them fighting words, and it's a level of respect that it should be across whether that was his girlfriend or whoever. But when you start talking about somebody's wife, man, you crossing the line big time. Even if you're trying to, have a cool metaphor in a song or something like that, I'll be the first one to tell him, like, bro, we cool and stuff, but I don't joke like that, man.
That part.
You know,
I mean,
yeah.
do you feel like he constantly brings up Sierra like because he misses her or he knows he's been a trend? Because at this point, I feel like he's stretching, like how we say, like riding
He
coattails and trying to get a reaction.
yeah, he's trolling. He's trolling
Yeah, for
because he know
sure.
that ship has sailed
100%.
and he know it's over. And we had talked about this before. Sometimes guys just have this ego going on that once you've been with them, there's no turning back.
I know we did talk
You're
about that.
just yeah. So that's part of it. That's the ego part of it. And she's moved on, and for all intents and purposes, happily married. So she's not concerned about what he got going on. That's in her past. So I mean, he's just trying to, I wouldn't even say stay relevant because he is relevant. It's not like he's somebody who's trying to, he's coming from obscurity. Future got a name. He's out there. He's popular. So it's just him trolling. That's how I see it.
I
But I just feel like, yeah, it's just a way that you can compliment someone's spouse without being disrespectful. So it could be, like I said, you know, she looked beautiful in that picture, or I like to joke with my brother all the time. We joke with each other, just saying that I was like, man, you really outpunted your coverage on that. Your wife, like, you outkicked your coverage on that. But that's like, saying I don't know how a dude that looked like you got with somebody like that. That's a funny thing to say, but I can't be like, yo, bro, if that were my sister-in-law, bro, let me tell you, shoot,
I
it
know,
might
like,
pop
how
off. I mean,
awkward
if
are like their hangouts gonna be? I mean, of course, I'm sure Jay Z knows that men in his circle are attracted to his wife. I mean, half the time men want to have attractive partners because you like men to admire your girl, but not like overly admire your girl. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder, do Jay Z's kind of like a coin toss. Like, do you think he's gonna have a reaction, say something publicly or privately, or how do you think he might respond to, Future saying something like that? Or do you think he already got clearance before he released his song that, listen, this is what I'm gonna say, you know?
well, I think in some cases some people might be being too literal because again, this is entertainment. So all the guys that are on these records that are talking about how much dope they selling, how much they killing, they're not doing none of that stuff. It's entertainment. It's a form of acting. It's a
but
form
you know
of,
how
you
sensitive
know,
people can be about their spouses, right? Yeah, so I don't know. Time will tell. Like, so at this point, do you feel like he has any boundaries? Because it's like, okay, Ciara's been married for 6 years, and you literally just made a video with people pretending to be her and Russell Wilson. Now you're making another song declaring that you would smash her. That's not sexy. Like, grown women don't want you to be like, oh yeah, I'd smash you. It's like, he's so childish. It's like he's not saying like I would woo you, or you know what I'm saying? Like, women want something sexy, like, yeah, girl, I'm 40 plus and I want to smash you. Like, that's not sexy
well,
at all.
like I said, it goes back to, you know, a lot of it, some of it is posturing and theatrics
Of
because, again, this
course.
is entertainment. But then at the same time, it's certain, like, we sit up here on this show and we play all the time. All we do is play. And, I mean, we get serious, but we mostly just messing around. But it's certain boundaries that as a grown-up, I wouldn't cross. And there's certain boundaries as somebody that's being married that I don't cross either, or don't want to cross with me. Like, behind my wife, like, I don't, that's drawing the line for me. Because, I mean, I don't know if I told you this story. Or not. I don't know if I told you about this when we went to eat at Slutty Vegan. Did I tell you about the little thing that happened when we were in line?
Yeah, that was. Please tell us what
man,
happened.
that dude was about to catch a fade.
Please tell us what happened. We want to know.
The Slutty Vegan, which is, you know, this vegan like sandwich burger spot out here in Atlanta. So basically, my wife we were in line and we were waiting, and you know, the line was moving at a pretty decent pace, I guess. But we were behind some people, and we just sort of, you know how it is when you're in line. Sometimes you wait and you just start kind of having small talk with the people that's around you. So they were like asking us, "Hey, had y'all ever tried here before?" And we like, "Nah, you know, we've never. This is our first time here. We're just trying to see what it's about." Because we had a family member that was with us that's vegan, and she wanted to check it out while she was here. So we just, you know, trying to, you know, show her a good time and check it out or whatever. So we started asking them, "Well, would y'all try? You come here a lot. Which one you try?" And then one of the guys that was with them or whatever, he was like, you know, looking at my wife saying, "Well, they do have this one sandwich. It's called you know, it's a one night stand. You know, if you're interested in, you know, a one night stand." So I heard him say it, and I just sort of like turned my head because I wasn't really looking at him. So I just sort of turned my head and I just sort of looked at him. I was like, "One night stand, huh?" I said, "Well, okay, interesting. I'm guessing you talking about the sandwich. You clearly have to be talking. Matter of fact, you know what? Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you that's exactly what you're talking about. I'm telling you that's what you're talking about. We're going to go with that." So at this point, I've lost my patience with this guy for even trying it. And I have my wife, she's like squeezing my arm. And I'm not trying to say like I'm this big fighter or anything like that, but he had clearly crossed the line. And we were getting ready to, you know, that fight or flight, it was getting ready to be a fight. I'm like, this dude really tried it right now. And, you know, my wife, you know, she was like squeezing my arm, kind of to get me to turn around. I was like, yeah, we just gonna roll with, yeah, you're talking about the burger, because I can't imagine what else you could be talking about, because it can't be what you're trying to allude to. And I guess in that situation, he figured, okay, I don't know this dude. I didn't probably joke. I didn't win a little bit. Let me just be quiet, because it kind of just put silence on the whole, you know, small talk. They went back to what they was doing. We went back to what we was doing, because they were getting ready to be a homicide in that motherfucker right quick.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, if you're not about to create a possible homicide because somebody is borderline, you know, doing a little much, you know, I mean, blatantly, you know, just say something. Like, you ain't got to fight nobody, but I mean, I just need you to flex up a little bit. I don't want you. Like, I'm gonna need you to not be scared though, but just, you know, handle it the way you handle it. It's great. No homicide needed, but.
No, and I just want to point this out to you. Like, again,
yeah.
I ain't no fight. Yeah, I ain't no fighter. You know, we too grown for that stuff, and it could go either way.
Yeah.
I could have been all up. in this dude's face. I could have got my ass kicked. He could have got his ass kicked. That's how I go. But he was gonna know that I wasn't gonna. I might have got my ass whooped, but he was gonna know that you wasn't just gonna talk like that while I'm standing right there.
That part.
Period.
I mean, I think yeah, that would have been a brawl because I mean, of course, your wife's not gonna, she's a little feisty like me. Like we cool until you cross the line, and then like don't go there. Like okay. At the end of the day, lesson for today: be respectful of people's partners and spouses. Okay, especially when they're married, because I mean, like that's like just the end all be all right there. Like they don't need that official. Like don't be disrespectful. That's the name of the game. And if you decide to be disrespectful, you can catch 16 hands.
You sure can. And I was mad too because I wanted some actual meat. I didn't want to eat vegan. I wanted some chicken, so I was already in a bad mood too.
What's up? Hello.
What's going on?
Welcome.
So you got something on your mind apparently.
Do I? Boy, do I. But you know what?
Yes.
Before, I'm just going to sit my iPad over here because, this topic, this person irks me. And I might not have any sage, but I'm going to cleanse my aura with, like, a fragrance that makes me feel good, okay? Oh,
That's
love
good.
that.
Make sure along with that too that you go ahead and change that battery and that smoke detector.
Okay. Listen, it's a part of the program now. The chirp is here to stay.